Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Bitcoin, it's dead. It's over. It's never coming back from this. We're falling off an absolute cliff with the price of Bitcoin, having come all the way down to $38,795. The price that we were sitting at a measly 56 days ago. It's almost wiped out 2 months of gains. Bitcoin is over. We're probably never going to recover from this, and you should sell all of your crypto now and panic into the bottom. Yes, let me buy all of the crypto out from underneath you guys. I'm just kidding. What's going on? How is everyone's morning going? I had a pretty exciting morning this morning, except that my stomach's been upset and Floop has been screaming and screaming and screaming. So if you guys hear Floop, just know he's fine. He's just being a little spoiled brat right now. We're going to talk about Bitcoin today. We're going to go through my plans moving forward and where we can reasonably assume Bitcoin to find certain support levels at. Because in the current state, Bitcoin seems to be in somewhat of a free fall. It's you can see it a little bit better if you zoom in to the 1 day here. So we were trying to find support here with the rest of the market, right? So this pullback on Bitcoin, this period of time in which Bitcoin, after the ETF launched, which we called perfectly, after the ETF launched for that 11 days, Bitcoin fell and a lot of altcoins started getting momentum. A lot of altcoins started getting a little bit of pop, kind of that like final leg feeling almost, you know? They started actually coming back to life because Bitcoin had not broken range. So when Bitcoin just ranges, altcoins generally do really, really well. And so this period here, when post ETF launch, everyone was cycling money from Bitcoin into a lot of the ETFs. You can actually even go see that had you been watching the flow of money. But what's good, FTW? Hello, MK2000 Dream. Happy to see you here. Goku Batman. Let's fucking go. Sawyer. I'm happy everyone's in here. Make sure you guys hit that like button as you come through this live stream. It means a lot to me. It truly does. Means a lot. Let's see if we can break some like records here. We had, I think the like record's like 12 or 13 during the live stream. So I think we got it. This is the financial advice we need more of. Floop from Mayor. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, not sir. Because all he wants to do is eat tuna and go outside. What's good, Steven? What's up? I'm watching Dumb Money at work. That's hysterical. I need to see it. I've yet to actually go see it, but I've wanted to. I watched the trailer for Dumb Money. I think it's going to be hysterical. I think it's going to be really cool because we got to actually live through it and trade it, but that's in the past now. Dumb Money's in the past now. We part of Smart Money. So, currently speaking, from the peak, the actual exact moment that the Bitcoin ETFs launched, to right now, we are down 21.13%. If you come into a very close time frame, you'll see that we're actually about to break below that previous low that we had already set. So looks like we're about to go into some more price discovery here as we go further and further down. It's not actually price discovery, but we're coming down, right? We're coming down. What's good, Dream? We're starting, it's not even starting. It's been going on for a couple days now. But where could we reasonably ascertain this going to? If we kind of come over and look at the Bitcoin liquidity zones, we come over and check out what's going on the larger timescales for Bitcoin. Where is most of Bitcoin's liquidation zones? Where are people going to get liquidated? Where are the buy and sell orders for Bitcoin? In other words, what price does the market demand Bitcoin get to? Right now, you'll actually see that most of the demand for Bitcoin is trading above this area, between 43,000 all the way up to like 45,000, in that range. So in that range, well above where we're at right now, is where most of the demand is. However, I think it's reasonable to assume that we're not just going to miraculously launch all the way back up to fill those liquidity zones, because we've been downtrending, right? The momentum right now for Bitcoin is in the downward direction, and it's a healthy correction. It's not like this is end doomsday scenario. This is a healthy movement in the market, right? This is giving you that opportunity to re-enter with some of your positions. I know a lot of people are cash heavy. This period of time is where you can deploy that cash, because I fundamentally believe what we're going to go through here is going to be one of the final areas to accumulate your favorite altcoins before they actually start going like crazy. We got a little taste of it. Now I think it's game time. So if we look on the lower side, there is pretty much no liquidity at all from this 38. We're at the exact price that we're at right now, so $38,000, right? That, if we find support and bounce off of that, I will be very surprised, but it is a possibility that we find support right here, right in this range. We could go a little bit lower, but I don't think that's enough liquidity to mean anything, which means the next zone, the next area that we should be keeping an eye on is really this $34,000 area. 34,000, and then just shy of that, holy shit, right? Down at 33,000. Now these are very far away seeming right now. It seems as if it's very far away, but truthfully, with how quickly Bitcoin's moving right now, in just the last 2 days, we broke that support and came down 7%. So if we were to duplicate another 7% downwards in the next 2 days, which would be a little bit too quick, right? That'd be a little bit too quick in my opinion, but we could be down at those levels in the next 2 or 3 days. So by the end of this week, we could have made this entire move downwards. So the liquidity zones are saying that we're going to be going to 34,000. Let me draw a line here. Let me draw a little circle. The zones of liquidity are stating that we're going to fill this little circle somehow. Okay? Maybe it doesn't happen immediately. Maybe we bounce around for a minute, but I was fighting a nap on the way home this morning. Got home, went to nap, waking up for this. Let's go, Dream. Let's go. That's dedication, because I know you're working overnights now, so I know that's a hard task. I appreciate you being here, though. W's in the chat for Dream. W's in the chat for Dream. And if you haven't checked out his channel, he makes crypto content as well. Go check him out. Go check him out. He's grinding. He's got a family and everything. I don't. So I can literally just be a degen and be here all the time, because it's just me and my girlfriend and my 2 cats. $35,260. And we're peaking at the next CME around 31,000 perhaps. That would be interesting. We'll look at that in a second. Get out of here. We'll look at that in a moment. Not the CME gap, but there's more confluence around the low 30,000 area. So based off of just looking at some of the technicals here, looking at some of the charting, we had a large area right here in which we were just like chugging along. Remember this area? We were stuck in this little range, this little channel for quite some time. And then we finally broke out above that channel, right? So if we come and take a look and we're to say draw a support here, this could be an interesting area to look at. And it actually lines up with the previous liquidity zones, remember? Most of the liquidity zones are just leftover orders, right? From trading, from traders who got left behind on the pump, right? That's where most of the liquidity comes from. So it makes sense that that's going to be at areas of support and resistance, right? So right here, right below where we currently are, is a little area of liquidity that's up for grabs. And so Bitcoin coming down to this previous resistance and building out support right around where we're at right now does seem like it's a possibility. We keep coming though, and I would say that the next area is not until we get down to these peaks, because we had previously been range bound for how long is that? We broke into the range down here, and then we finally broke out of it 223 days later. So we were range bound for like 8 months. So it makes sense that this area is going to act as somewhat of a magnet, right? We're going to come back down for a retest. And that, I think, is probably the lowest that we'll go. And coincidentally, that's at 31,000. And even more coincidentally, you can make a strong argument that that was the support line. $31,000 was the support area. 31,000, give or take. Like, what's $1,000 to Bitcoin, right? Nobody's gonna lose sleep if it goes to 30,000 instead of 31,000. Literally, what's $1,000 to Bitcoin? But you can make an argument that back in January of 2021, we bounced off of it, built it out as support. Twice, actually. This wick did it too. And then back through the summer of 2021, the sell in May and go away time, we got several bounces off of this area. And then we put in that pseudo second top, came back down, and immediately just sliced straight through it and tried to break above it again, but it acted as resistance, and the onslaught of the bear market came with FTX and everything. So this is a huge area of confluence, and I would not be surprised to see us probably, if we were to do something like this, we would break through here, in my opinion, kind of retest it for a second, come down and wick all the way down to that $31,000 area off of some scary news or some black swan event or something sketchy, and then come back up and build support out around the $33,000 to $34,000 area. That's what my technical analysis is telling me. I do think that we'll find support here and then continue upwards and probably be somewhere around $40,000 for the halving. So I think this dip is going to be short-lived. All right. So what do? Now that we have some information, what do you do with that? I'm saying that short-lived is 110 days though. So like, get ready, get your wallets ready. Don't go all in at once, but it is time to start hunting for those deals. I was wrong when I was saying that I thought Gene was going to pop off. Obviously, Gene has not popped off. Obviously, we're seeing that Gene just like died. Went down to 1.6 cents. So that entire thing that I was talking about got negated. It did not follow Data Lake at all, actually. And that's because the broader market shifted. So while I was hoping that I could scoop up a bunch of Gene and then watch it pop up a little bit and take some profits, we didn't quite get there. Gene on a nice dip. I sold the top. Let's go, Steven. Let's go, Steven. Cryo launched liquidity. So this is CryoDAO's chart. Launched liquidity just the other day. This was the token price, but you really couldn't trade it. And then right here on the 21st, no, they launched liquidity yesterday. So it immediately just started selling off. It was at $2.40 and then sold off. Now it's chilling at $1.48. So everyone who got into it hoping to flip it for a quick little 10x, 50x, did not play out like that at all. It was a huge raise, but not a lot of momentum carrying with it, you know? Not a lot of momentum. Oh, thank you, MK. I completely forgot about the moving averages. I completely forgot about the moving averages for Bitcoin. So we'll turn these back on and notice we go to the weekly because this is a longer time scale, right? We're looking at this through the lenses of a long time scale. Yeah, why do I keep saying that? Long time horizon. So the indication for most people when Bitcoin was breaking structure was when we broke below this 8-week moving average. So the 8-week moving average is something that we had been holding for a while. We had been riding above it, and when we broke below it, it kind of broke structure, and then we had a massive sell-off. A lot of people are assuming that we're going to come back down to these larger ones. So we got the 50, the 100, and the 200. So the 50-week moving average is coming up right here, this thing. So that is actually right now in confluence with the previous $31,000 area that we had marked out, both on the liquidity zones and the price analysis for the charting, right? The previous support for last bull market and the resistance for a good chunk of last year. It's also in correspondence with the 100-week moving average. They're right at the same little area right there. Now, this is going to take some time to play out, right? So even if we did get a pullback, we'll likely see this thing come up like that, right? So it could meet somewhere around here. Thank you. Am I screaming? I'm always screaming though. Yeah. We could, am I screaming, guys? Let's do a poll. Let me get this over here. Let me move this here. Do I scream? Should I be softening my voice a little bit? Not screaming, just sounds like you're talking to grandpa. It's my content creator voice. I be talking with... Actually, you know what's funny? Side note, I actually paid for voice lessons to learn how to like speak from different sections of my voice because I felt I was far too monotoned, you know? So I actually paid like hundreds of dollars to get voice lessons, and I'm still practicing. I don't always use it, but that's why sometimes it'll click in my head and I'm like, oh shit, wait, I'm supposed to use my whole voice. And so like, I'll stand up usually for those moments when I get very animated. Yesterday you were spicy, low-key scary. Steven, here's the thing, Steven. People love that. People love that. Every live streamer who has tons and tons of views gets ridiculously animated. People love it. And it's kind of fun, not gonna lie. You kind of just let loose. You have a little rant every now and then. This coffee is hot as balls. Okay. So if we were to come down to the 50 moving average, if you were talking in a I live in a house voice and not a I live in a townhome voice. I know this is a condo and it's very like guarantee you the people below and the people above can hear every single word that I'm saying. Every word I'm saying. The walls are paper thin in this place. And like everything behind me is someone else's condo, but I don't think anyone lives there. So, but somebody just moved in below and there's been people above the whole time. Now, like I was saying, the 50-week moving average, if we were to come down to this 50-week moving average for Bitcoin, it's a monetarily increasing function right now because most of the data, if you actually want to look at this from a clearer horizon, can I close these out? Can I make these go away? No. Visibility, no. If you actually want to look at these, okay, and we take it, I'm just gonna add a single moving average. I know you guys have probably seen this before, but I just want to do it again, so suck it up. So this is the 50-week moving average, right? You guys see that pretty clearly, aka Pearlmania 3000. That man screams though. He gets so mad. Good afternoon, oh man, no? I'm happy to see you here, buddy. You're going to convert the neighbors into crypto for sure. We just need to work on the Leaf guy and orange pill him too. If we could orange pill the Leaf guy. No, he doesn't deserve it. He doesn't deserve to get orange pilled. And the people below us are the lady who lives below me with her husband actually yesterday came up and it knocked on the door, and I was like, who the hell is knocking on our door? And handed me a jar of tomato sauce, and she's like, could you open this? I've been trying for half an hour. And I was like, you are the sweetest lady in the entire world. Absolutely, I'll open this. And I was like, click, and handed it back. But I was like, you've been trying for so long. That's adorable. You gotta come up sooner next time, my man. Or my wee man. And then the people above us, I don't think I'll be able to convince to invest into crypto. We'll just leave it at that. Be happy to, but I don't think we could. Now, the 50-week moving average is going to monetarily be increasing because if you take the current week that we're in and go back 50 weeks, why is it moving in days? Well, I guess it doesn't really matter, but 350 weeks is basically a year, so 365 days ago, okay? The candle that we were at 365 days ago is down here at 22,000. So even if Bitcoin is falling off a cliff and this candle is red, the 50-week moving average will be going up because this red candle is at 38,000, right? And so we are replacing these candles down here that are all chilling at around 22 to 25,000 with candles up here at 38,000, right? So the average is going to be increasing. Even if we fall off a cliff all the way down to like 28,000, even like we had a flash crash, Bitcoin tanked. And in this weekly candle went straight down to $28,000 for some reason. It just like fell off an absolute cliff. The 50-week would still be going up because you're replacing these candles down here with this candle up here. You know, so it's an easy way to just kind of like guess and see how it's going to move over, how it's going to roll over. That's why you can be above the 50-week and still have it trending down for a little bit before it actually starts coming back around. You know, it smooths out all of the moves. So the 50-week would move up, and potentially by the time we reach it, it could be in this area of confluence with the liquidity of Bitcoin, right? Right around that $34,000 area. So by the time we reach it, it could be closer to the halving, and then I'm assuming we bounce off of it. So maybe we do some cool little price analysis here. Makes sense? Makes sense. We've done a lot of price analysis here. I think it's about time that we move on. Oh, I didn't know we could do that. All right, that's enough. Let me grab these. I think we could see something like this. Yeah, I think we might end up seeing something like this, right? Where we get a little pseudo bounce here and then come down to the wick to the 50 and then bounce off it really quick and then come down and like break the 50 for a second, scare the pants off of everyone, go down, fill that CME gap down here, back test this previous high at 31,000 and then off to the races. And I think by the time the halving in May or April, I think we'll be back close to 40,000. So I think we might end up seeing something that looks remotely similar to this, and I think I might leave this here just so we can come back and test it. Now, before we start talking about the game plan, we have 7 minutes before the market opens. I also want to go through the master cheat sheet for what is actually going to happen to Bitcoin. This is exactly what will happen to Bitcoin. This is the random chart analysis, the random line that I drew on it 500 days ago on a TikTok live stream. So, oh, hi Bird. Yep. You coming over to say hi? This is the random line that I drew on Bitcoin's price 500 days ago on a random TikTok live stream, and you will see that we have actually been following this almost to a T. A little bit of lapses every now and then, like right here, but if you look, actually we got a huge green dildo right at the exact same time that I predicted a huge green dildo. So I'm just saying, we're getting a dump a couple weeks after I predicted that dump, and then I think we're going to chop around a little bit and then continue moving upwards come the summertime. So April, May, June, July, I think will be super good for Bitcoin. Then another midsummer holiday season sell-off. People are starting to take profits for Black Friday, and then we get another push into the new year, into 2025. Oh no. With the peak obviously being somewhere in this range here, I drew it between 120 to 170,000, but again, we might go a little bit higher, but I wouldn't expect it much higher than 160,000. I drew it back here when FTX and everyone was going bankrupt, right? When everyone was going under because of the Terra Luna collapse is when I drew this line. So understand that I was a little bit more bearish than we'll probably be once we get closer and closer to those prices. But this is the Grandmaster chart, and this is what's going to happen to Bitcoin, and I will rest my case there. Now, what are we going to do for our DeSci portfolios? Because we got lots of DeSci coins, and they're bleeding like crazy. Nothing's holding up, and they're losing us money. They're losing us globs and globs and globs of money, and it's not fun. We also got a nice move up about every 6 months on the RSI on the weekly. Should be a couple of weeks for the RSI turn up. You're not wrong. I didn't even look at the RSI. I didn't even look at the RSI, so we'll take your word at face value there, MK. I believe you. So the portfolio challenge, unfortunately, is down to 1767. So overall, we skyrocketed. We're having a pretty heavy pullback here. Not dissimilar to this pullback, actually, if you remember. This one was pretty gnarly. This was a pretty large scale, going from 1600, I think it rounded it out a little bit. We went all the way down to like 1450 or something like that. Yeah, it seems to have rounded it off, so we can't really see it. But it's reminding me a lot of that one, where I was like, this is going to take a while for us to recover from it. I think by summertime, we'll be probably double this. I think we'll be up close to $4,000 or $5,000 by summertime. So it's just a matter of now deploying the cash. Remember, we can come look at the view transactions to verify that, in fact, January 11th and 12th and 13th and 14th, or not the 14th, but January 11th and 12th and 13, I was selling off a good chunk of my holdings in this portfolio so that I could get ready for the pullback that we were seeing. Now, what was Bitcoin's price back then? We go back down to January 11th and 12th. So this, yeah, Bitcoin, I was selling a lot of my stuff off right here. The 11th was the day the ETFs started trading, and the 12th was the day after, when I think I got that confirmation mentally that, like, it was time. It was time, you know? So we went heavy, but we only had like 25% cash. It's just now it's 43% because everything else has been selling off excessively, right? But we have $773 in this $1,700 portfolio challenge. So we're $1,000 invested and $750, $770 in cash waiting to scoop up. You'll see that Research Coin and Gene. I think I'm going to do one thing with this portfolio. I'm going to make this, I'm revamping the entire thing in this pullback, all right? So all I want is Bitcoin related plays, so BRC20 stuff, decentralized science, obviously decentralized science, and then I want some DPIN. Those are the three narratives I'm going to be going after in this portfolio. That is it. Nothing else. Just DPIN, DSci, and BRC20. So we're gonna have to revamp this portfolio a bit. The Hello Labs was a gaming play, but we're out of it entirely. The H-bar was an L1 play. I took my profits, or out of it entirely. Quant was kind of that ISO and CBDC narrative, the industrial or the institutional play. We're out of it entirely. I took a little bit of profit on it. We're just done with those. I'm gonna double down on Gene and Research Coin. I'm hoping these go down a little bit further, and then I'm going to more than double the position on both of these. So probably deploy $100 into them and bring them both up to over $100 each. VitaDAO, I'm going to be bringing up to probably like $200. Kaspa, believe it or not, I view as a Bitcoin play, and I will explain that to you guys if you're interested. One person said I'm yelling. Come on. Come on. All right, I'll speak a little bit quieter. Kaspa, I think, is a Bitcoin play, and the reason being is because the launch of the Bitcoin ETF is actually bearish for the overall ethos behind Bitcoin. Can we get a full-length ASMR version after the live? Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure there's an AI that can do it. No, I don't care what company owns BlackRock. What companies are owned by BlackRock? There we go. This is perfect. Okay. So, this is BlackRock's ownership over most of the companies. Now, that investor, why are you talking about stocks? I know the stock market just opened, so we should go check to see if Bitcoin's falling off a cliff right now, but it's probably not because it fell off a cliff all pre-market, so I imagine it's going to bounce a little bit. So we bounced into it. We're going to see. I'm going to pull this off to the side actually so I can watch it to see if we start getting some major sell-off now that the market's open. But that investor, why the fuck do we care? Your game plan here is crypto. Why are we looking at stocks? Well, you'll notice that BlackRock owns 5% of Apple, 5% of Microsoft, 2% of Nvidia, 2% of Amazon, 1.5% of Google. They are a majority shareholder in most of the large-scale companies that you use every single day. BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street. They are the three companies who have a triopoly on index funds. Index funds are a leech. Index funds are a fucking parasite on the betterment of society. They're a parasite on the betterment of society. But that is a video that is... I need to go way more in depth about that. No, Melvin. No, get out of here. You sound like the Office Space guy. I could make an entire video ranting about that. I'm not going to do that right now. Essentially, when you buy into an index fund, you're giving up ownership. You're giving up the right to vote on what happens to that company in exchange for a chunk of their profits. Most of the profits, but not all of them. You're giving up ownership to companies like BlackRock, who then go and get to influence where those companies go. BlackRock votes in the shareholder board meetings. When companies are doing things to appease shareholders, the shareholders are BlackRock. the shareholders are technically us in index funds, but they are doing what BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street are telling them to do. We've now given up control over our Bitcoin, if you choose to do it through an ETF, to BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street. I don't know if State Street has one, but ARK. All these companies are now getting control of Bitcoin. I think people are going to wake up to that slowly but surely, and in my opinion, they're going to look for alternatives who function similarly to Bitcoin. So I believe the bullish narrative for Kaspa just got exponentially more bullish. I was not so sure. I saw that I was making money on it, and I saw that it was doing really well, and I saw that miners were excited about it, but I didn't quite see how high we could get for Kaspa until I really sat down and thought about it. So now the market cap's at $2 billion. I think this market cap is going to I think we'll be in the top 10 at the peak of the bull market with Kaspa. I think Kaspa will be in and out of the top 10. And so that tells me that Kaspa is probably going to go to like a $50 billion market cap. So I think we got a lot of room left to run on this thing. So I will be keeping Kaspa in the portfolio despite I thought I would be selling it. Bitcoin sold off when market opened. Does that make sense to you guys? Does that make sense? I think it makes perfect sense, but I'm the one who came up with it, right? I'm the one who be thinking about that stuff. So under 10 cents, I think, is a pretty good entry price for Kaspa. If you look at the portfolio, I took some good, healthy profits off of it at 9 cents and at 5 cents. So I don't think I'll get the chance to buy back in at 5 cents, but I only took 15. If I could get the chance to get back in at 9 cents, that would feel nice, because now I feel like a goon having sold it at that 9 cents. But we will see. We shall see. Yeah, Saucer Swap, I'll probably exit entirely. I probably should exit entirely right now while we're still up 400% on it, but that's something I got to toy with. What do you guys think? Should we exit Sauce in order to buy into something like Helium, or buy into some BRC 20 plays like Ordies? Ordies has been pumping like crazy. I was just I didn't get into any BRC 20 plays at all, actually. I should have over the last couple months. I just didn't. And then when I saw this Bitcoin crash starting to come, I was like, maybe I'll just wait a little bit. I think it'll be better. I'm not staking. ARK has been RKO'd. I'm sorry, Steven. It's everything. All altcoins are going to die right now. All altcoins are going to die right now. It's just the way that the markets move. Nothing you hold right now is going to hold up too good. There's going to be a few things that obviously do, because the markets just are like that, right? It's not going to be perfectly everything goes down, but yeah, Flux is a deep in play. Flux is definitely a deep in play. FTX token, let's go. Chills, Sui. Flux is definitely a deep in play. I want some small little ones though, you know? I want some little guys. I kind of want Tia. I kind of want to scoop some Tia. I've been watching it since it was $7, but I didn't end up buying any because I'm an idiot. It was actually, somebody mentioned it. One of my good friends mentioned it to me down here, and I was like, And then it went up to 5, and I was like, oh, I should get it. And now it's up. It went all the way up to 20, which is crazy, but that's all right. Yeah. Ords. Thank God. I want some Ords. I want some Ords. $20 million market cap. I want some Ords. We'll see. I have to figure all that out, but I think that's what I'm going to do. Do 3 narratives. Probably do 50% DeSci. So I'll be definitely adding Grow in this collapse, in this crash. I'll definitely be adding Grow. I have Vita and I have AXGT, Axon DAO. So I have both of those already. I just need CoinMarketCap to catch up to the times so I can put it in there. I got $100 worth of each of those. So I actually don't know exactly how many coins that it comes out to. Grow, I want some more Grow in that portfolio. And I think I probably need to get some ATH. But also, this is where I think I'll start to wrap this section up, unless you guys have more questions on things. But if we come to my notifications, all right, this is some true insider shit, all right, not some actual, I guess it's not insider because he put it out there for everyone to see, but Vincent, co-founder of Prime Intellect, which is awesome. He's an advisor for VitaDAO, Molecule, BioXYZ, and CryoDAO. Okay? So if there's one person who's deeply entrenched in the space, I would say it's Vincent here. Vincent is a fucking mastermind for DeSci. Axon DAO just messaged me. Oh well. Vincent is a mastermind, okay? So Vincent, we listen. When Vincent speaks, that guy likes science. That's what I'm saying. When Vincent speaks, we listen, okay? When Vincent speaks, we listen, all right? So when Vincent posted this underneath what I said, which DeSci tokens are you loading up on before CZ announces his DeSci involvement, and I listed a couple, well, more than a couple. This was engagement farming, and it's fucking working. Vincent said BioXYZ. Few, meaning few know what's coming with BioXYZ, implying either BioXYZ is three things. He's implying three things here. BioXYZ is launching a token, maybe. CZ is getting involved with BioXYZ, maybe. Or third, there's BioXYZ invests heavy, which means maybe they're investing into a new play here in the not too distant future. I think it's very possible that I don't see why they would launch a token, just being honest, but look at the BioXYZ network. You got VitaDAO, you got PsyDAO, you got ValleyDAO, AthenaDAO, HairDAO, and CryoDAO. Maybe PsyDAO is coming up soon. Maybe it's time for PsyDAO, because all these five have done work. These five have done really well. So maybe it's time for PsyDAO to start ripping a little bit. I don't know, just pay attention. Pay attention to BioXYZ here, because Vincent, tokenomics, Vincent's got to be richer than a motherfucker. Vincent's going to be one of the richest people out there. Look at Tyler. Tyler made that video for DAOs, how to do well. Just be paying attention. Maybe there's no point in getting any BRC20 tokens. Maybe I just need DeSci. But then it's like, if I just go DeSci, guys, then if I'm wrong on it, which I don't think I am, but if I am wrong on it, I made a fatal mistake of investing, is that you consolidated way too much. Your risk is just way too heavily in on just like one sector. I need to at least have 3 sectors. So I go 50% DeSci, 25% DPIN, and then 25% BRC20. And I think that portfolio gets this $1,700 well over 50,000. I think we could low-key aim for 100,000, but I don't want to be too ambitious with that. You look at some of these things. If I get $100 worth of Gene at a $4 million market cap, and Gene goes to be a $400 million market cap, which isn't that crazy at all. Not crazy at all. That's 100x. If I get $100 times 100x, I'm looking at $10,000 just in my Gene position from $100. And I think that there will be many DeSci plays that do that. Many that do that. $10,000, all I need is 5 of them to do that, and I got enough money for my house. And I'm thinking Research Coin will do way better than that. I'm thinking VitaDAO is going to do way better than that. I think Data Lake has already fucking done that for us. It would certainly kill the maximum gains potential, but spreading to either gaming or AI wouldn't kill the portfolio. But you're right, it's limiting the tops. Depends, right? If I get a bunch of small stuff, then it's not necessarily limiting everything. But my idea, gaming, I think is overblown. I think everyone is already in on gaming, and I think that in my personal portfolio, like, I got in on the pre-sale for Duel, which is a gaming token, right? I got in on the pre-sale for this, because I have my influencer connections. This is not the actual chart for it, but that's okay, because it's right around the same price right now anyways. But I got in on this one, which was cool, and in my personal portfolio I get to make some gains off of that. But in the bag holder to homeowner portfolio, I don't think I want gaming, and AI is just like a tool that's going to help all of these. Like, Research Coin can't function without AI. Genomes DAO cannot function without AI. AI reads everyone's genes, right? AI does all of the work there. Data Lake won't be able to function without AI. So DeSci can't do its thing without AI. So it's just like baked into it. We need a science crypto exchange, easy way to invest in DeSci. Do you guys want to make that with me? Do you want to form an alliance? Should we do that? You'd be banking on a home run. I like to diversify a little bit. Yeah. Well, the whole thing is banking on a home run. I just think that this is like, DeSci, in my opinion, is more than a home run. In my opinion, decentralized science is somebody softball lobbing you a pitch. They're like, a softball pitcher just pitched to you, and all you have to do is hit it out of the park. Like a middle school softball pitcher just like tossed it up to you right in front of you, and you just have to hit it as hard as you can. That's my opinion for what DeSci is. It's like, it couldn't be any more obvious that this is going to make an egregious amount of money. 50% Bitcoin, don't take advice from me. Well, here's the thing. Do you have over under $1,700 to play with? FTW, is your portfolio more or less than $1,700? My bet would be that it's more than $1,700. And in that case, it makes sense to be in some level of wealth preservation. It's more, exactly. In that case, it makes a lot of sense to be in wealth preservation. But in my scenario, if I lose $1,700, I'm not gonna love it, but it's also not gonna bankrupt me. It's not gonna take me out of the game. It's not gonna do anything negative to my life. Losing this wouldn't be fun, but it's not like I've lost way more than that in the past. And so I'm growing a portfolio from nothing into something. And so if the beginning stage is me losing nothing because I'm growing nothing into something, if the beginning stage is me losing all of nothing, I actually don't care. So it's worth, in a small portfolio like this, to hit home runs. Go for those home runs, especially in crypto, where literally it doesn't matter what you're buying, it's probably going to go up over the next 2 years. Even XRP. Let's see how many likes we are at. We're at 7 likes and 7 concurrent, so I respect the evenness. Hey, you there. Where you go yesterday? What are you talking about, Steven? Not Steven, sorry. Steve the Canadian. I've been here the whole time. Oh man, no, thank you for being here. I appreciate you stopping through. I appreciate all you guys taking your time to be here with us. I am patiently, I know this is going to sound lame, but I am patiently just waiting for DeSci to hit the mainstream media again. Like, I'm out here, 1,100 subscribers, so thank you all. That means the world to me, getting over these numbers. But I'm out here just building out my portfolio of videos for people to consume. So I'm releasing as many videos as I possibly can over these next weeks to months. It looks like, low-key, I thought I had more. I need to double down on how many videos I'm creating. I'm out here just putting them out so that people have content to consume, right? When DeSci comes back, when people are paying attention to DeSci again, and they look for Research Coin, they're going to see this. Can Research Coin 100x? Research Hub, HODL or FUD? They're going to be like, oh, let me click on that. This is an evergreen piece of content that will be here. Can this crypto solve hair loss? Oh, what is HairDAO? They search for what is HairDAO. If you literally search for almost any of it, right? And go to the videos tab, I pop up. So this is what I'm focused on right now as a niche content creator, is just literally type in whatever crypto you want to. VitaDAO maybe not, but Valley DAO crypto, I'm gonna pop up. And so I'm planting the seed. So next time CZ comes here and goes, hey guys, I love DeSci. I'm gonna post that. Next time CZ posts this, what do you think is going to happen? People are going to be like, what is DeSci? I don't think I've ranked on this yet. Yeah, so I need to get better to figure out how to rank on this one, but I'll be popping up. What DeSci should I buy? And so I'm saying that because people are going to be flooding into this live stream. People are going to be flooding in here. So we got 8 people chilling with us now. We had 8 people in here. This is going to go crazy. This live stream is going to be going crazy over the next 6 to 8 months as the crypto markets come back to life and as people start looking at what DeSci is. As these projects go from being worth 100 million, not even 100 million, as these projects go from being worth $5 million, Gene's one of the biggest ones, and it's $4.8 million market cap. Lake is another huge one people love, and it's like a $30 million market cap. Oh, it's only 11 million, right? As these projects go from 10, $20 million market caps up to 100, 200, $300 million market caps, people are going to be flooding in like crazy. All of you guys here right now are early as fuck. Early as fuck. You started talking about Mike and then the stream ended. That's super weird, actually. Steven. Baby, don't hurt me. That's funny as hell, actually. Because I still continued on for another like 10 minutes after Mike. But I did end it shortly after I talked about Mike yesterday. Mike O'Hearn out here. Imagine the stream cuts off again. Mike O'Hearn out here trying to cuck me. Make an early adopter DeSci hedge fund. We'll invest in you. Low key, guys, we could make so much money off of stuff like that. I kind of want to put out, I kind of want to make a DAO. I'm not going to lie. I think it would be fun as hell. Look at who has already liked it. Look at who already beyond this. Hey guys, I love DeSci. Look who's already out there. FTW. Let's go. Let's go. I kind of want to make a DAO. I think that'd be fun as fuck. Heyo. Oh, MK. I've said your guys' names so many times now that there's no way I won't be remembering everyone. Everyone in here is the people making this possible. If you actually believe it or not, just a couple months ago, it was just Dream and I hanging out here. It was just Dream and I. Then I went on Blockchain Basement and I got people like FTW and MK. And then Rodney tweeted it out, and I got some extra followers, some extra people jumping in here. We're building our community out. We're building my community. All you early birds, everyone out here who's dedicated to the cause, dedicated to the crypto cause. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun ride. I don't think anyone's fully ready to see Gene at $1. It's at 1 cent. Gene's at 2 cents right now. Gene's going to $1. Gene's going to $1. And people are going to make bank off. Gene's probably going upwards of $2, if I'm being completely transparent with you guys. I think Lake. Fuck it, Gene too. I think Lake's going to be well above $1. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. I know this is like rudimentary, not really like worthwhile doing, but sometimes it is worthy of it. That's a 55x. You put, I don't know how much, $1,000 in it. Really not that much money. You're looking at 55 grand. If I put the entire portfolio into Data Lake, I think I could hit my target of hitting that $55,000. I think if I put my entire bag holder portfolio challenge into Data Lake, I think that I could have more than enough money to buy a house. Clip that. To the moon. To the moon. We're going crazy. Go stupid, go crazy. Especially if fucking BioXYZ comes out with the token, guys, I'm gonna bust. I'm a bust. Oh, that would go so hard. That would go so hard. Oh my god. I have an idea for a DAO. Yes, let's hear it. Search for crypto. Let's hear it. What's the idea for the DAO? The DAO. I have an idea for a DAO. My idea for a DAO, actually, I have 2 ideas for DAO. NanoDAO. NanoDAO. This would be nanobots and stuff like that. Nanobot research, right? Because you can use them for medicine and stuff. You can use them to get into the body, little nooks and crannies where others wouldn't be able to. Also, graphene DAO. I want graphene to be more everywhere. I want graphene to be everywhere. There's no reason this isn't abundant across the world. Graphene needs to be everywhere. This is one of the coolest things in the world. It's a single layer of hexagonally organized carbon atoms, and it is unimaginably strong, and it can act as a wire. It can conduct electricity, and it's flexible. It's crazy. Degen DAO would be a cult for sure. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Graphene is a brand new thing. Basically, you take a piece of tape and a pencil, and then you put it over the graphite, and you rip it off, and you get graphene. Look at that. Look at all the things we could do with it. That would go hard. All right. You guys have questions? Yeah, we went over the market sentiment, which was the main objective for this. Bitcoin's going down. Bitcoin's going to continue to go down until it stops going down. When it stops going down, Bitcoin's probably going to go back up. When Bitcoin go back up, I'd be making money. I like buying as Bitcoin go down. So when Bitcoin stops going down as aggressively, I start buying. I'd be using the daily chart. This is the 4 hour, but I'd be using the daily chart to see how quickly it stopped going down. When Bitcoin keep go down, and then it's going to start go up, and then it come back down, and then go up. And then I start buying. I'm old enough that we used to call them lead pencils, known as graphite pencil tech. Oh God, FTW. Are you okay? Do you have some lead poisoning? Do you want to talk? And that's all I got for you guys. That's all I got for you. I'm not deploying cash yet, but I'm getting ready. This week, I think might be the week that I start deploying cash. If the portfolio gets to be more than 50% cash, I will start deploying this week, meaning if there's a large scale pullback. Otherwise, I'm going to wait until that momentum in Bitcoin starts to calm down. Once this momentum doesn't look like we're just falling straight off a cliff, once we start building out support, probably when we hit this first support area at that 37,000, right? Right around $37,000, $35,000. As we hit that, I'll start probably deploying. And my imagination here tells me that the entire time Bitcoin is between these two will probably be a good time to accumulate. The final zone of accumulation before we rocket ahead. Think about how many money dollar signs you just made. Money dollar signs. Think about how much money you just made as Bitcoin rallied, even just in this last couple months. Get ready for that times 10. Get ready for that times 10. My finger is getting itchy to buy. Let's fucking go. Your time's your most valuable asset, guys. Hopefully this was worth investing into. I appreciate you all. Get ready. Get your trigger fingers ready because it's almost time to go shopping. It's almost time to go shopping. I'll see you guys in the next videos.